Craig Sullivan, I got booze, I got mixers, I got a whole lot of stuff. I'm confused. What does this mean, do you think?
I think it's time for...
That's right. It's time for an audit. Hi there, ho there, everybody. I'm, of course, Glenn Houseman. Really excited to see each and every one of you guys tonight. Craig Sullivan, our amazing, incredible co-host here every single week. How are you, my brother?
I'm doing great. How are you? What's going on back there? Love the T-shirt.
Listen, thanks. We're going to get into the T-shirt and the fact that I watched the movie Tenet last week, right? So I'm really excited about it. It was really good. We watched it. We watched it again. We watched some explaining videos because we had no idea what we saw, and then I had to go and watch it again. So I decided I'm going to go back in inverse time. So I've actually been going back in time, and I'm reporting to you from a 1992 Grateful Dead concert. So I'm really super excited about that. Much better than being in 2021, where once again, it's crappy weather and raining in my backyard. And even though producer Dave is not here yet, I'll do this to myself. Wah, wah. Oh, goodness gracious. Dude, seriously, man, I can't believe it's second weekend in a row. It's raining. But we'll talk about my T-shirt. We'll talk about the Grateful Dead. We'll talk about lots of other stuff. But you want to take it away, Craig?
I do. And you know what? We've got one of the best franchise guys in the industry joining us today. Mr. Gabe Barquez from Choice Hotels. Gabe, how are you, buddy?
Craig, hey, good to see you. Glenn, how are you?
I'm doing great. 1992 was awesome because I wake up every morning in pain. I could sleep off the hangover that you're gonna help me create today much easier.
Absolutely.
Standing for an entire 4-hour show was a whole lot easier. So I'm loving it here in 1992, except for that one time when my buddy and I ate something in the parking lot, and about an hour and a half later, we were holding onto each other for dear life during Drums in Space. But work out.
So, Glenn, I'm assuming that means that you were seeing sounds and hearing color.
Oh my God, yes. Right after the sky split open and I understood absolutely everything, and then suddenly it was all taken away from me and I knew nothing once again. It was very, very, very sad.
Yeah, very cool shirt there. 1992 was about the time things really started slowing down for me. So
yeah. Well, I was still in college. I was having a great time. And, I was really into the Grateful Dead back in 1992. I just started seeing Fish shows the year before, 91. So I was doing both, having a lot of fun. And this T-shirt in particular was huge back in 1992. If you guys remember, it was right after the USSR kind of broke up and Lithuania had gained independence from there. But the basketball team was going to have to withdraw from the Olympics because they didn't have any money and sponsors. So the Grateful Dead stepped up, created this T-shirt for them, allowed them to sell it to make money, and then also paid for all of their travel expenses to get the team to and from the Olympics. Yeah. And it's like a total classic shirt. So it's 29 years old, and I pulled it out of storage just for tonight.
Shoot,
that's amazing because Glenn's only 35. So
that's awesome.
So, Gabe, it's up to our guests every single week to pick that drink. What did you pick and why?
Well, full transparency, I had a friend come over a couple of weeks ago, and he always shows up with a...
We really appreciate you being honest about something so serious.
Well, I mean, thank you very much for having me on the show, and so good to see you, Glenn. Craig, I know what he's up to. He's always chasing like Rolls Royces off the island because they don't park correctly.
Back from the Darren of Balboa Island.
That's right. But Glenn, how are you? What are you up to?
I'm doing great. I could talk forever, dude, but I want to hear about this drink because I've got ingredients here and they're not connected yet, and I'm not drinking. So what are we drinking?
So
wait a minute before we do that. Don't we have an intro for the drink?
Yes, Craig. Me too. All right, whoever picked the square that I forget again to run the intro, you win the prize. Congratulations. Dave, back to you.
So a friend of mine always comes over with a bottle of wine, and the last time he came over, he brought a bottle of Tito's. So
Nice.
I found that in the cabinet this morning, and I thought, well, I have to do something with that.
Yeah,
so
but why did he junior size? Look at this bad boy.
Well, I know. So I think we were supposed to finish it that night, but we didn't.
Right now, that makes sense. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm thinking, OC Sunrise.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So a little Tito's, orange juice,
OC
cranberry
Sunrise
juice, and a slice of orange.
All right, so
let's get to it.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I'm keeping it simple and just going with a cold beer. So, cheers,
good.
gentlemen.
Well, good for you with the cold beer. It is now thundering outside my window over here at the Houseman Resort.
Oh, man.
How depressing is that? Second weekend in a row, Gabe, but we're having a rain out.
I was going to sit outside, and it's just so bright and sunny. It's just, another beautiful day in Orange County, and it gets old. It really does.
I'm sure
blue skies.
I'm sure it does, and I'm not insulted at all. Hey, Daniel, what's up, brother? So glad you could join us tonight. We're trying to make these drinks. What's the name of this again? Something Sunrise.
And let's say hello to our number one fan, Amy. She's here in the house. So hi, Amy.
Cheers.
Aloha.
Amy,
cheers,
how
Gabe.
Are you? Cheers, my brother.
All right, so I forgot to get the orange, but this looks pretty yummy.
Yep.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
That's fruity.
Refreshing. Yep. And my neighbor's orange isn't bad. So thankfully you had a few growing under tree.
Yeah, you got that kind of thing happening in California. The only thing we grow here is depression and meth.
Oh man.
No. You grow pot too.
Oh, that's funny.
So, Gabe, let me ask you: did you pirate the orange, or did it just magically fall off into your backyard?
It's one of those like permission oranges, like access when needed.
All right. I love it.
We do have a
one of those little mini hammers. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was a kid, my friend and I, we knew where all the trees were in the neighborhood. The figs, the plums, the grapes, and we had a field day with it.
That's cool. Yes, Mike, we all like our all organic, natural meth. Over here.
That's funny.
So, Gabe, Carol thinks you're showing off you and your orange over there. I mean,
hi, Carol.
For sure.
That is a beautiful orange, dude.
Carol, stop on by OC anytime. We'll, Craig and I will take great care of you.
There you go.
That is
there you go.
That's really sweet. So, you're getting back to life now in California over there, and that's really exciting. So, have you been out on the road yet? You starting to travel, do all that kind of good stuff?
Glenn, for me, I was traveling last August. I really started traveling last August, cautiously, carefully, social distancing. And, but we were staying busy and we were traveling. And, between April, May, June, I did a little personal traveling, checking on some family members.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really where we felt a challenge, right? Because you're driving across the country and, everything is closed. So you can't run into McDonald's to use the restroom, looking for those truck stops.
That was a weird thing. I started looking for forests,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, thankfully I have 3 boys, but, my wife, we were looking for those restrooms. And so, even rest areas, a lot of them were just completely closed down because of maintenance. They didn't want anybody maintaining. So it was a challenge. But, thankfully, I've been traveling since August, and we are seeing a lot more normalcy here in California. Things are moving in the right direction. Mm-hmm. Things are really opening up. The Dodgers, the Lakers, the Angels, Disneyland. It was great to see Disneyland reopen. So, very thankful.
So Craig says you were over at the Disneyland. That's why we showed the Disneyland commercial at the top. And hey, everybody! Today Avengers Campus opens. That's going to be pretty freaking cool. So
very much so.
There, what was it like? Did it feel kind of cool getting back to doing something pre-COVID and fun?
Yeah, we're my wife and the boys really enjoyed Disney. Disney's been really good to us for a long time. We've had annual passes, which of course got canceled because of COVID. Right. So we
legacy program, which allowed you to buy more merchandise. So you had that.
Yeah, no, that's right. So the
it's always about the merch.
20% off. So it's cool.
That's awesome.
But,
I'm getting lots of big discounts on stuff I never needed. That's great.
Yeah, exactly. So we appreciate the discount, when it comes to food and snacks and all of that.
It's the best. So when were you there, dude? Last couple
so we made a reservation, strategically about a month ago to specifically go on Memorial Day weekend. And we tied it into a 2-day park hopper, and that second visit has to be used within 13 days. So we're headed back there this weekend because of the Avengers Campus.
Nice.
But so we went last weekend, and we had a great visit. The circumstances, things were really well organized. The lines were unique because they went through areas of, public areas that typically don't have lines for specific rides. But I thought everything worked smoothly. It was about 25% occupancy, or capacity, I should say. Mm-hmm. And, I think our longest wait was maybe 30 minutes for the train. Everything else was like 15 to 25.
Wow, that's pretty real.
So we had a great day. Yep.
Yeah. Well, good for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So great day, short lines. Did you hit the Star Wars side of the park? And what were the lines and what were those rides like?
And just exactly how disappointed were you when you realized how the rides were not as good as they're supposed to be?
Thank you, Kathleen Kennedy.
So I will say this, Disneyland is, they're running an operation just like we do with hospitality. It's not always perfect. So Rise of the Resistance was actually down over the weekend. And that's a new ride. Yep. Yep. So, and Smuggler's Run, the Millennium Falcon ride, that was up and running. So that had about a 3-minute wait when we were through there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Mm-hmm. I feel like that whole ride is that cool animatronic at the beginning, and then you pushing a button 1,000 times over and over and over again.
Yeah, you on it, and so we love a lot of the rides there just for the wait. I mean, just to experience how everything was designed and just the beauty of everything and just the atmosphere. So it's very cool. Yeah, we had a great time there.
Gabe, being SoCal person like me, two cleanest venues in the state are Disneyland and Dodger Stadium. Okay. So I'm sure that didn't change. And what was it like, with Pirates of the Caribbean, the Haunted Mansion, those type of things? Were they up and running? Were there any updates in there? What was the rest of the park like?
Yeah, they actually made some updates to Haunted Mansion. They updated a few things within the ride. And one thing we had never done before is we took a secret entrance that's under the cemetery and went down the stairwell, which avoided, that entry area. Yeah. Just to really keep social distancing going, keeping the lines moving. So that shaved about 15 minutes off the ride, and it was cool because we had never been through there before.
Yeah, that's really fun. In fact, they just opened that to the public. It was more of a staff kind of entrance, so they put some decorations in it and stuff. But the whole idea behind that is to avoid that whole stretching room thing, which for those of you who know, actually an elevator to get you underneath, so you could go under the berm and out to where the show building is outside.
Shoot, you're the man. That is absolutely correct. So we did Haunted twice.
Yeah.
We did the elevator once, and then we did that secret
Awesome.
entrance, which was a nice surprise. It's not something you control. You get randomly chosen with a group of people, and you're led down through the stairwell. So it was, yeah, we really enjoyed that. It was cool.
That's much more fun than being randomly chosen to the airport. That was not.
Yeah, well, that happens to me quite a bit. So I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I usually thank TSA because, you know, I'm an early bird, and I always thank TSA. It's like, you know what, thank you so much for the random selection, because, you know, I have a lot of time to kill. So I really appreciate it.
That's really nice of you. Plus, you get, you know, we've been social distancing for so long, so it's nice to be close to somebody for a little bit.
Absolutely, a little social interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. What was the dining experience like?
Yeah, but, you know, back to Pirates. You know, we love Blue Bayou. We didn't eat there over the weekend, but you know, they just had less people. You know, lines were spaced apart, and there were less people on the boats. It's a small world. We were, you know, it was one family per boat. With Pirates, we took the back of the boat. You know, somebody else took the front of the boat, so they were kind of splitting it up that way. So, you know, so that was
nice.
Cool. Dining experience. You know, my boys have always liked Plaza Inn. It's just easy. You know, pasta or chicken. They're just serving their fried chicken right now. So we you know, set up a mobile order, and we, you know, walk right in. We picked up our food. We actually had a table indoors, and we sat and had a great lunch for, you know, 35, 40 minutes.
Very cool.
Hold on a second. Doreen is saying, "Oh God, do you think Craig and Glenn should have sent us a bottle of Tito's before the call so we could have had the cocktail ready?" Doreen,
we probably should have.
We sent them. It's not us. It's got to be that company that we hired to personally deliver it to your house. You know what happened, Craig? They were in that Rolls Royce in your neighborhood, and you offended them so much that they probably weren't able to deliver that Tito's.
Well, that, and if Tito's was a sponsor of the show, I mean, they've been being plugged all day. So, you know, what can I say? What can I say?
Yeah, of course, AB. But now we're disappointing absolutely everybody. But I got to tell you, you may be thirsty, but this drink is absolutely delicious. Thanks for suggesting it, Gabe.
Yeah, it's refreshing. So anyway, yeah, thanks to my buddy.
All right, so Gabe, what is your favorite ride at Disneyland? You know, what are you a total sucker for?
Yeah, you know, I'm just old school. I mean, I love Pirates of the Caribbean. It's been my favorite ride since I was a kid. I love a lot of the rides there, but that has always been my go-to. You know, back in the day during the Electric Parade, you know, sometimes with friends or cousins, family, you know, running back and jumping on Pirates 2 or 3 times when there were no waits, you know, on a busy summer day. So lots of great memories with that. You know, got to ride Space Mountain. Matterhorn was closed for refurbishment. The Jungle Cruise, of course, is going through some big changes right now. So that's going to be exciting to have that open up soon.
Yep.
But, you know, we had a great day there, and we hit, you know, a lot of our favorite rides like Thunder and, you know, Thunder Mountain Railroad and Autopia for my little guy. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, so it was good.
Something else that's awesome, one of the things I like most, looking at Dave's neck. Isn't that a
beautiful Hey, Glenn and Gabe, did you notice that the Autopia cars are now branded and Honda is a sponsor of that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Honda is the sponsor. You know, I mentioned my wife. I really felt like maybe Disney should have worked with Tesla on that one.
They should have.
Ford.
There's actually a rumor a couple of years ago that they were going to upgrade those to electric cars, and it would have been freaking perfect for it. You know? That's it.
But that's true. They are gas-powered cars.
Yeah. So,
it must be so. Like 5 o'clock. Just come online, have a drink. Meanwhile, all of us are here have to work past 5 o'clock. I'm over here trying to work, get my neck on screens, or trying to do this. Craig, always great to see you. Gabe, great to meet you. Man. I'm going to say Gabe
Good
Dave.
to see you, Dave. I've seen you many, many times, my friend.
Oh, I'm sorry for that.
Good to be on the show with you today. Thank you.
Appreciate it. I'm going to be looking back and forth because I am still working. And listen, the great team that we have here, the dedicated team that we have at this hotel, is all still here. So good Friday, good weekend. We're working hard. Things are going well. So hello, goodbye. All that
How's the family?
Everyone's good. Actually, we just had our great friend Miss Sarah Dandashi staying at the hotel the last 2 days. She just checked out.
Oh wow, that's fun.
So I finally got to meet her in person. First time ever in person.
Did you get her on your show?
There was no time to record.
Okay.
What were you all doing anyway?
What's that?
What was she doing over there?
She was doing something for business, like a networking thing. And then her mom came out to see her as well. So we got to hang out a little bit. Yes, Doreen, I agree. I am definitely fashionably late.
Thank you,
especially Doreen, because I work for a CMH property that you should know what that means. But it's one of your CMHs. Anyway, so I got to hang out with her a little bit, say hello. We shared some lunch. And just
she is a wonderful, wonderful person. She is almost as wonderful as Glenn.
Amy, they are just except for Gabe, they are way too far lost to save. I'm sorry.
Too funny.
I love how Glenn. All right, so Glenn, I'm sorry, and you guys may have touched on this already. Glenn, what was the choice of the crowd surfing ankle behind your head as your photo today?
I'm at a 1992 Grateful Dead show.
Yeah.
Oh, you talk all about being a Fish fan. You yet to put a Fish concert on there.
No, but I did for a little musical bit that we had when we talked about rock shows. I did put in a quick Fish clip jam at Madison Square Garden. So blink and you miss it. So but don't worry.
Or come 22 minutes
later.
later.
We're gonna have a whole show dedicated to the band on August 13th, when we'll be broadcasting live a show at the Showboat, which is going to be really exciting. Me and my buddies getting ready for a 3-night stint on the beach in Atlantic City. 3-4 hours of music every single night. We'll be partying. We're going to be having a great time. It will be summer perfected, but we're going to be hosting a Friday night audit, so you can meet my cavalcade of characters that I go and hang out with at all of these things. That'll be a lot of fun. You guys met Corey a couple weeks ago. Got some more characters that'll be coming out of the closet for that particular show. And Craig, we've got a couple of other awesome live shows coming up as well, don't we?
Yes, we do. And you know what? Should we tell them, or should we make them wait a little bit? What do you think, Glenn? I think we should tell them right now.
I think you should wait 5 minutes. So you make them wait a little bit, but then they still get to find out in short order.
We're going to tell them right now. Let's tell them right now. Okay, we've got a live show coming up at AhoaCon. We are doing a Friday night audit live and in person there. So we've got an audience. We've got past guests. We'll have new guests on the show. And I want to thank Ahoa for that. And
the good folks that are going to be sponsoring that program.
That's right. We've also got another show at Click 5 live and in person. We're taking over the after party, and we're going to do a show there as well. And then we've got another one possibly for the lodging conference.
That's exactly right. So we're getting out there, we're getting live, and also which will be appearing. We got a couple of weeks of sponsorship from Commercial Green Solutions. They'll be starting in the next couple of weeks. Look out for them, including them being guests on our show coming up. So we're really excited. We're moving this forward. If you guys want to sponsor the show, drop me a line, Glenn@novacancynews.com. That's Glenn@novacancynews.com. We're gonna have some lot more laughs. Maybe you can be a guest on this show, and why not pimp your product at the same time? We're shameless. We don't mind. That's what it's all about. Now, Gabe,
we're trying to sell sponsorships. Don't offer them a spot on the show. They're not going to take it then.
So Gabe, you're with Choice Hotels, yet we let you on here anyway, even though we didn't tap into any of that sweet sponsorship money. Maybe we got to put together an event in one of your trade show booths, because I know you like hanging out at the trade show booths a lot for your work.
Yes, absolutely, we do.
What is that like, being locked up all day at a booth?
Personally, I have always loved working the booths. Whether it's a golf tournament or a trade show, Just, manning that booth, working it, networking, meeting new people, having people stop by. And of course, you always have an opportunity to, work the floor and move around and go to your counterparts and, vendors and other individuals that you can see on the floor. But I personally love it.
Glenn and I get too much pinned up energy to be in a booth all day. I did one once, and this is when I worked for publicly held corporate America. So that was, 100 years ago. And I felt like I was shackled all day. Okay. I do far better walking up and down the aisles, and bumping into people and having conversations and moving than I do a 12 by 12 pad and having to sit there. So,
yeah, it's
for sure.
It's just like the cocktail hour, but without the benefit of the booze. But you get to keep moving. You say your piece, then you get on, and you can do all of that kind of good stuff. But Gabe, you are trapped in that booth all day long. How do you handle it? People could corner
with some friends too. So that's an upside right there.
It's usually with colleagues that work with you. They work alongside you. You have a lot of people that come through. Traffic is great. When it's a show where maybe the traffic is a little slower, we get out on the floor. We definitely take turns and work the floor and hit other booths and go meet as many people as we can. Step outside into the foyers, hang out with somebody, talk business. So it's okay. It's not bad. Time flies. On a golf tournament, I will say sometimes gets a little quiet because you're waiting for that next foursome to come through.
Yep.
And I've worked several golf tournaments by myself, and so it gets a little lonely sometimes when you're just out there waiting for the next foursome.
I'm sure people pity you big time. I was lonely.
Are you lonely tonight?
Yeah, it's just lonely, and I have all these snacks and the alcohol and everything, just waiting for that next group. So
I can't wait until I can actually get back into a show. To a show where I'm not working, because I do want to have some booze with you guys. So yes, I do have my water bottle here. This is full water. But
all right, Dave.
First, you guys have a drink for me. Can you guys pour yourselves another one for me? And I'll just have my water bottle.
Yeah,
but,
I got to.
I'm literally pouring one for you.
Thank you. I see you spilled it on yourself too.
No,
So,
but
it's not Craig's first, So
Hey, when it comes to trade shows, when you get a new guy on the team, how quickly do you train him to say, it's a little slow. It's not like the show used to be. I feel like that's everyone says that every show I go to. Not like it used to be.
Yeah, some shows are definitely better than others. So when I first started with Choice and had an opportunity to work at Ellis, there's a lot of really high-level owners at Ellis that own resorts, full-service hotels, and all of that. And I just kind of felt like, let me work the booth and let our Cambria salesman, let him go out and network and find that next Cambria sales, the next Cambria deal. So I enjoyed it in that respect, where you're just meeting people representing the company, and really at the end of the day, you end up talking to, in many cases, well over 100 people that come through, 100 different conversations talking about different brands and what we're doing as a company.
That's a lot of people to keep track of. Yeah, Craig.
But Gabe, what is your favorite conference?
Well, of course, we all know it's Click.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Alice.
There you go.
Oh, I like Alice because,
my heart was stopping there for a second.
Craig,
on a couple of occasions, I've been able to sneak in, to a Lakers game, but I love the Click show. It's a fantastic show. It's focused on California. California's been my territory for several years in development. And it is just that. It's the California Investors Conference. And it's a fantastic show, a good amount of people that go. Craig has had me on a few panels, which have been really a lot of fun. And so it's a great show, and I'm really excited about the JW Marriott this year. So it's a beautiful
that's gonna
hotel.
be
Happy to see that
Yeah.
hotel open.
We need
Dave.
we need to cut out that clip, send it to Craig. Craig needs to post that everywhere, and then Craig, slip him a little bit of a kickback once he gets the click.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Oh yeah.
one cool thing that we're going to be doing
absolutely.
is on October 5th, we've got
Yes, Mike, October 5th. Thank you.
and we're going to be doing special Friday night audit on October 5th, and then the next day, since we're talking about Disneyland, we're talking about putting together a group and being a bunch of old people at Disneyland. So why not? If you're interested in doing that, drop us a line. Let's see if we can actually put that together. We're expecting by October for it to be more open, and we won't necessarily have to worry about reservations, but let's start talking about it now. I think it'll be a lot of fun if we could all go and do something silly like that.
Wow, that'd be great.
Wait, I'm sorry to interrupt.
And Glenn's going to wear that T-shirt because he's going to lead the parade.
Real quick, I want to introduce you guys real quick to my amazing, brand new, just started. It's her 7th day director of sales.
Hi.
Miss Juliana Gallo. She's still here working hard.
Hey, Juliana.
Hi.
She's just trying to close a group for Monday that requested
Nice to
yesterday.
meet you.
She's working hard.
It's been crazy,
How
but
many
Great
people?
to meet you.
it's a small one. But breakfast and lunch and the whole day. It's
Hey.
only what day is it? Like day 9.
Day 9.
So I'm just kind of.
And she
thrown
already
into it.
closed 3 groups and an LNR.
Nice.
Nice.
Man.
Congratulations. That's wonderful. That's good news.
Well,
Very
And no
good.
such thing as a small group right now.
Michelle says, hi, Juliana.
Hi, Michelle.
So, Juliana, are you new to the hotel business? How long have you been in sales? Sounds like
You're getting interviewed now.
Yeah,
Glenn kicked in interview mode. Go ahead.
No, I've been in the industry for since I want to say now 10 years. I started as an intern at Dream, as an
Wow.
intern,
Nice.
and then here I am.
That's really cool. Hey, and congratulations
Wonderful.
to Jay Stein and the team over there for reopening their New York City hotels this
Yes.
week. So that's really exciting.
And go back to the No Vacancy Live archives to see the amazing friends of Juliana, Nathan Goodman, and Rob
Yes, Delabovi.
Delabovi and their great show with H Mentors, because Juliana knows both of them. But I'm going to let her catch her train because, Glenn, as you know, the LIRR is notoriously not on time.
Ever.
Ever.
Bye, guys.
Not true, Juliana. It was
Take care.
1-3.
Bye.
People celebrated for days. It's still a holiday.
I know. It sounds like NJ Transit to me. We can debate that one on Monday.
Yeah.
I had a buddy who takes New Jersey Transit. At least it was before.
Bye, Juliana.
Back in olden times in 2019, and every single day he would post about whatever cluster F they were having at New Jersey Transit. Literally every day, a delay for this, a piece of broken equipment, something happened, a car crashed into a train, all sorts of crazy stuff every single day.
So in 2019, before all of COVID was a thing, before all these pandemics, they were drastically understaffed. And you have no idea how many trains were canceled just due to lack of service because of lack of conductors, lack of engineers. There was a huge hiring frenzy.
Yeah.
It wasn't this. But listen, Colleen joining us for the first time ever.
Hi, Colleen.
That is
Thanks
so
for joining
awesome,
us.
Colleen.
Thank you.
Thank you for lowering your standards and being with us here tonight. We really
Yeah, she went from No Vacancy to Friday Night Audit. She's, I don't know, Colleen.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're thinking, but listen, guys. Craig, it's another beautiful, beautiful day out in California. It is a complete thunderstorm downpour in New York City.
It's ridiculous.
And guess what I have to do? I have to go take my scooter back to the Port Authority in this.
Oh man.
This is my transportation today in the downpour.
Nice. At least you know
Oh,
you did it.
So wish me luck.
Yeah, we got
Oh my God. I can't
here.
even
Now it's
imagine.
now pouring. This is so far has been ridiculous. I expect that we're going to have like the second half of June and all of July is just going to have to be amazing because of this. So I'm trying to be patient, trying to be calm. I wait all year for this. This is my favorite time of year, Gabe. From here in New York, we have I don't know if you're familiar with this word. It's called seasons, right? So right. So we have these things, and the weather changes. Yeah. Aloha, Craig.
Okay. We have seasons in California. Okay. We've got fire. we've got flood, we've got earthquake, and we have award season. And then we get into the holiday season. Okay, so we've actually got more seasons than you do. All right.
I have two
Now,
comments.
That's true.
granted, it's 75 most of the year, but we do have seasons.
In Plano.
That's true. Let me tell you, May gray is really brutal sometimes. Temperatures
your
drop
June
into
gloom,
the
right? Your
50s.
June gloom is the worst thing in the
And
world.
then June gloom,
So, two things about
see the
LA
June
season.
gloom behind me.
One, I'm super happy that Sarah came out here from sunny LA and it rained both days. So she got to experience some real weather, unlike this California stuff. Two, my one and only time to LA, I ended up in the hills of Santa Clarita visiting a friend. And I have never seen those
I'm sorry.
Those fire signs where it's like threat of wildfire. And it was like the lowest level was moderate. The lowest level was moderate. The middle level was high. And then it was like the highest level was like catastrophe. And it was one off of catastrophe. And I'm like, wait a minute. High is the second lowest level? How is this even possible?
That's funny. Yeah, that's true.
Because that area burns
through a
everywhere.
fire. Yep, just drove through a fire a couple of weeks ago. The only thing I was worried about is I hope they don't shut the freeway down by the time I get to around Santa Clarita, actually, and was able to drive right through it. But it turned, thankfully didn't turn into a very serious fire up there.
Wow.
So,
Mike says,
was that a development deal up there?
Oh yeah, 100%. I was buying all the hotels I could find.
all right, so Mike is saying October 5th pants optional. No, Mike, they are forbidden.
No. You have to have pants on. No, you have to have pants on.
Craig, can you do me a favor, Craig?
Cheers.
Can you make it?
Cheers.
Can you make it tie required so that Glenn has to wear a tie?
No.
Craig would have to wear a tie.
Yeah, ties aren't happening. I don't own ties anymore, okay?
Dave,
I left publicly held corporate America. Ties left.
Dave, you're a young guy, but you don't even understand.
Not so young.
You are young, Dave.
I started off without the tie bullshit at these financial conferences. I'm in there. I didn't even give up my tie-dye backpack until I was in my 30s. So I'm not doing this tie-dye. I'm not doing this tie thing. Not happening. And I have had people thank me over the last few years and saying, Glenn, thank you for pioneering the no tie at these things. You helped liberate us. So I feel a little bit like a hero.
Do you guys even own a tie? Amy wants to know.
I do, but they're all really skinny 80s ties. When I used to go to
cool, man. Those are totally back. Tears for Fears. There you go.
Amy, I try not to wear them because I will hang myself if I wear them. So no. But I've got two. I got a red one and I got a black one. That's it.
Two.
You have a red one, not a blue one, Craig?
Nope. I got a red one.
Right.
It came from Italy as a very expensive gift from a former girlfriend.
Colleen,
there you go.
I hung on to it. I still have feelings for her.
Yeah. I thought the whole tie thing was weird. It seems like some weird arbitrary fashion thing that's been, throughout generations and generations of people. So to have this arbitrary piece of cloth hanging from you. I don't know. I'm not into the whole thing, but I don't know. I don't get a lot of things. What can I tell you?
I do appreciate that.
Glenn's responsible, and our friend Jim Butler. No ties.
Red is a power tie. Gabe, what were you?
But Amy, he doesn't have the power tie. I do.
There you go, Anthony.
There we go.
Now listen, in truth, he has some of the absolute best ties I've ever seen.
No, you're absolutely right. Pull it off. I'm gonna pull it off. I don't want to get a YouTube issue.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that there's actually like violations and things like that.
I just got the craziest thing from YouTube. So, we post our content on YouTube.
Yeah.
Please subscribe to No Vacancy News and click and stuff on YouTube, all of that kind of good stuff. But one thing I just noticed is they now are sending, there's a section that they sent me for people that might have stolen my content, and I could report copyright.
Oh.
Yeah. I got one of those as well. Yeah.
But it's all like content we're sharing with each other, so it's no big deal. But that's interesting that they put that up there.
So was it actually stolen?
No, like all the stuff that's been notified to me is like Craig's reposted stuff that we've done, or Anthony's reposted stuff that we've done. That kind of.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's like it says this is 10% taken. This is 80% taken. Yeah, it's really.
Wow, that's like when you were in college. Well, I don't know about you guys because college was a long time ago. But when I was in college, they had the whole,
good one, Dave. Good one.
They had the
make me feel older than I am. Thank you.
Yeah, back in the early '90s, there. Yeah,
they had the thing where if you would turn in your paper, and the teacher would run it through a some website, and it would scan the internet and see how much you plagiarized of it.
That we did not have that. We had a booming paper business. You would go to some guy and you'd flip through some stuff and go, "Oh, this one looks like I can hand it in. I'll buy this one from you." So that was great. Fortunately, I never did do that because I actually did the work as little as possible, and I barely made it through. But I never stole the work. But one thing I did do is we had you could call up New York State. I went to University of Maryland, and if you were from New York State, you could just call up the Department of Vehicles and be like, "Hey, I lost my driver's license. Could you please send me a packet to get a new one?" And they would send you this packet with a temporary driver's license that was completely blank. And they would send a little note, sign it and send it back. Right. So I had my dot matrix printer there at the University of Maryland in 1988. And what was really cool was you could just put it in there and you could type up whatever you want. And suddenly I may have been 3 or 4 years older and going to the cellar on Tuesday nights and enjoying quarter pitcher night a couple of years before I was supposed to.
So with the drink in mind, we have a great question from our loyal guest, Mr. Daniel. Gabe, top drink of all time.
Oh, top drink of all time. Growing up, I was a Bond guy. Bond movies. Martini.
Nice. There you go. Love it.
I'm sorry. I think, Mr. Hill, we need to go over to the other StreamYard link. This is the wrong StreamYard link. My apologies for the confusion.
This is the all alcoholics meeting.
Yes. Yes. Well, and a bottle of water.
Yeah, right.
And a bottle of water. And got to stay hydrated. And a bottle of water.
Yeah.
And Coke. I actually thought about Jack and Coke. So
that's my go. That's definitely my go-to.
I don't know if you guys.
I'm glad you didn't do that. Okay.
Do you guys hear the thunder coming through my mics at all? Because it's massive thunderstorm going on right
just
now.
Craig's booming, thunderous laugh.
How cool, man! My oldest son went to a beach party.
And my blue skies. Okay, don't forget about that.
We love some rain.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, as much as I complain about it and how much it's really ruining my entire summer, my nascent summer enjoyment, there's something about a hard summer thunderstorm when it pours insanely hard. Everybody who's been to Disney World or Orlando knows, 20 minutes at about 3:15, that kind of thunderstorm, that heavy, it's really cool. I like it, but I really would prefer it if I was in the backyard outdoor studio with some ribs on the smoker, and I could Dave, then I could actually, go in that pool. Stuff like that.
You could absolutely do both things. The rain shouldn't be stopping that. I've grilled in the rain before. I've jumped in the pool in the rain before.
No, I've done that, but it's too early in the season yet. It's just we're not in that summer spirit yet. July, that's a July move. My fave is absinthe. Mia, I love absinthe. Now, Mia, I got to ask you, old school absinthe, the type that,
French kiss martini. Yes, Amy.
Yeah.
There you go. I haven't heard that one in a while.
Old fashioned is good. Those came back. Well, we did when Amy was on, we did the French kiss martini on the show. It was such a big hit. it was my mom's birthday a few weeks ago. I made that for my mom and my wife, and we had that, and it was absolutely delicious. Oh, so great.
You're a good husband.
Excellent.
And son.
There you
That's
go,
a good
All
thing.
right, that's the clip of the show. Dave, can we get that?
We'll clip that one out. Quick. Now, can we
Good
get Glenn's
highlight.
wife on to verify? Is the real question.
Do we get what now? What?
Can we get Mrs. Houseman on to verify that you're a good husband?
No,
No,
we cannot do that.
never happened. Never happened.
I am seeking auditions for people that will come on and say that about me. So we're working on
She's
that.
been on the show once, and that was our first show.
Yeah,
And
but only,
I was very thankful to have her come on.
but she was disembodied. It was just a voice, I believe. Right?
Yeah, she was behind the scenes. She definitely didn't come on camera.
No, that will never happen. That will never happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that enough for the whole family, you know. So I'm going to be speaking of our favorite drinks. I'm going to be headed back to Las Vegas in a couple of weeks, and it's got me thinking. One of my favorite drinks to have in Las Vegas, other than Maker's Mark and ginger ale, is a espresso martini. Gives you a little kick and gives you a little go at the same time. Perfect way to kick off an evening before get out there on the
Why don't you
tent.
just go Red Bull and vodka?
Oh, because I'm not 23 anymore.
Yeah, he's not 23, and that's not a pretty sight,
I
Dave.
don't think they
Not
had
pretty
Red Bull and
good.
vodka when you were 23, Mr. Houseman.
No, they didn't. That came along.
I think I was 23 when those started.
A little bit later.
No, I'm going to say it came here in the United States in the late 90s, right? 98, 99, maybe 2000. That's probably when I first discovered it. But yeah, we used to drink Red Bull and vodkas a lot in Vegas back in the early days of it because it was really the cure-all, and it was pretty crazy. Like 9 o'clock, let's just have a quick Red Bull vodka. What? It's daylight out. What? So
One of my favorite drinks.
You mean you weren't going down to the spa and having oxygen?
No, I just started doing that until I was in my 40s.
Hey, Glenn, what's your favorite casino out in Vegas?
Ooh, good question.
That is a good question. It really depends on the vibe that I'm looking at. I really like going to. I really like going over to the for example, right? Because they've got some gaming tables and stuff over there. That's a whole lot of fun. I used to really love Imperial Palace, where all of that is. I like that kind of stuff. I love going to downtown on every single trip if possible, because that's got really great vibes about it. But I got to be honest with you, Gabe, I also love some of the upscale stuff. I love Venetian Palazzo, and I'm a sucker for all of it. So it's hard to say what my favorite one is, but I can tell you why I love each one. Like I love Cosmopolitan because it's so cool and feels like it's got great energy and a super vibe. But Venetian, Venetian feels like it democratizes luxury for everyone, and everyone could feel super comfortable over there. Then you go over to Encore, and you feel a little bit special. So it's like everyone has got its own thing that just really gets me excited because I'm so passionate about that tent. Yeah, me too. Caesars, I go to Caesars and I'm like,
absolutely.
And I'm like, this place is confusing. So I like doing that every once in a while and going there. If only they had a master plan,
Boy, howdy. Hey, David, can you bring up Doreen Lalani's comment?
I can certainly do that.
Okay. Let's make this real clear. I was not the only culprit in this. 6 Degrees was, also known as Drew Hardy, the president of 24/7 Hotels. And hey, Drew, you need to call me about sponsoring the show, okay?
So tell us about the Red Bull and vodka in Vegas that you guys shared. That was the weirdest timing ever. He totally dropped off spontaneously.
That was tremendous. Tremendous.
Oh my goodness. Amy's saying she's going HD Expo bound. She looks forward to seeing us, and it'll be our first time in Vegas. Oh my goodness, Amy. I think we're going to need to, before that show, Craig, before the Expo. Maybe we need to do a. Well, I'll be in Vegas at the end of June doing a show from there. But maybe we need to do a show focused on Vegas tips and tricks.
I agree.
So Duran is pleading. You were just not to incriminate everybody. What happened?
I'm not going to answer that question because I think I'm still under some statutes. So
all right, if you want to hear that story, meet us at the Eye Candy Bar, Mandalay Bay.
There you go.
During the Expo,
Or sponsor a segment on No Vacancy or on Friday Night Audit, or purchase your official Friday Night Audit merchandise. Where do we buy it at?
Red Bubble. And we want to thank Amy for buying merch from Red Bubble.
Oh my God! And Duran, 3 days for rain.
Yes, Duran did not sleep for 3 days. That was not good.
The first time I had Red Bull, and this was back in the day when we didn't know what it did. It was like 11 o'clock at night, and I was exhausted. But I was out with a buddy in Dallas, and we wanted to be out for a couple of hours. So he's
was
like,
not me. Was not
this
me.
will give me a little pep. So I drank it. And then I was like up until like 7 a.m, pacing my room like I just done an 8-ball of crack, or of cocaine or something like that. It was insane. I never made that mistake again.
I've actually never in my life had a Red Bull and vodka, not once.
You've never had that? What?
I've stayed away from Red Bull and vodka. I've never tried it, never tasted it. I've had them
smart man.
You
are a smart man.
But I've never had them together.
I'll tell you what, it's not necessary. It was a valuable tool to have successful evenings at very specific moments, but other than that, it's just not.
Oops, Amy got her first Red Bubble t-shirt today.
Woo! Nice.
All right, Amy.
Very nice.
Thank you, Amy.
I will say
we got that right, Duran. Yep, go on.
So my favorite drink, well, not my favorite drink ever, but one of my favorite drinks is, and I'm being very particular here, is a Miami Vice. But it has to actually be on South Beach. I've had Vices in other areas of the country. They just don't square up. Actually, a Royal Caribbean cruise ship actually made a very good Miami Vice. But I took that ship out of Miami, so it still ties into South Beach.
Absolutely.
There you go.
It is now. It is pouring out now. It is absolutely dark out now. It feels like it's November dark at this time of day instead of.
I'm going to take a video.
Feels like summer here.
Myself scooting along 39th Street into the hurricane.
I got to shoot that video, dude.
Yeah, as I'm scooting, I'll be like this, totally safe. Nothing could go wrong with that.
No.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing can go wrong there. I cannot wait to get on my bus.
Listen, honestly, now that New York City is back, there's a lot of traffic, so it's not like anyone's going to be moving. You'll just be able to. Zoop, 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 zoop.
That's actually exactly what happens. I pass all these cars along 39th Street, and I'm just in my head. I'm like, "Yep, have fun with that, sucker."
Yeah, see you later, sucker.
But even then, my sweater today is one of those sweaters that's like very absorbent. So this thing is going to get so heavy and wet.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to get on the bus looking like a wet dog.
Oh.
Probably smelling like one too.
You're a very lucky man. I was every afternoon I try to go on a hike because I've got this awesome park that's right over there. Right, I'm trying to be a little bit of good steward of my health because I'm getting older. And one day I'm out there. I'm talking to I'm talking to which is very. So I'm in the woods. I'm talking to Craig on the phone. Beautiful day out, super stunning, deep in the woods. And then I walk around a bend, and all of a sudden, clouds come rolling in like instantly, and it starts pouring on me. And I'm in the middle of the woods, and I got to run home. So it's fastest I've moved since I think since this concert here, trying to get away from
92
over there.
What happened to you?
What? So I got totally stoked. So it's a little preview of what you've got to expect.
No, because you went all blurry for a sec. Your camera lost focus. And you were just a fuzzy buzzy.
That's just that whatever water you're drinking there, Dave.
Yes. Yes, my water is. Well, listen, New York City water, they say it's the best in the country, and it's for a certain reason.
Well, that's why you've got better bagels than the rest of the country. Okay, so don't even get me freaking started on that shit. Yeah, we've got horrible croissants, horrible bagels, and pizza out here.
I think you should text Sarah and let her know that she didn't even bring you back any bagels from New York, Craig.
Well, that's because I'm counting on you and Glenn bringing bagels and Kaiser rolls out here.
I think I will. I can totally do that the next time I come out there when I come out for Click. So not only this is getting more exciting by the minute, everybody. You get Click Conference, all of the incredible events that they're going to be doing around that, the great networking. You get a special Friday night audit. Maybe we all go to Disneyland with each other, and you will be present amongst good bagels and Kaiser rolls. Go to cliconference.com right now. We will see you there. Wow.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And I will virtually check in with you guys from the basements of Midtown East Manhattan.
No, I'm going to send you miles so that you can fly out here.
Yeah, it's not about the miles. It's about the time off.
Yep, I know.
I can't help you with that.
Listen, if we get more great sponsors like Commercial Green Solutions, Dave, we can get you to come on more trips with us, which would be awesome. Yeah, Amy says you have cicadas up your way. We do not have them in our area for some reason.
I keep hearing about all these cicadas all over the country, and I'm like, what is that? I honestly, we've never dealt with that, as far as I know.
I gotta be honest with you, I feel a little cheated. I was really hoping to have. I mean, we've already had several plagues this year. Why not throw in another one?
Throw in another one. There you go.
I think they can go to Long Island all they want. Stay out of North Jersey.
Oh, Glenn.
To be fair, North Jersey is kind of like the plague already, so they don't need any more.
And that's the Garden State?
Yeah, well, it's kind of like the government where they name every bill the opposite of what they really mean to do.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
true.
When I used to play back in the day, when I used to play Call of Duty, everyone has their PlayStation screen names, and they're usually some kind of fun thing, whatever they like, the moderation of their name, whatever you want to call it. There was one guy who I actually ended up playing with several times because I remembered his name because it was so unique. It was all capital letters. This is what he made his PlayStation name. This is how passionate he was about this statement. All capital letters, simply, NJ smells funny. That was his. He felt so passionately about New Jersey smelling funny that he made it his PlayStation name. And as far as I know, probably still has it.
That's pretty good. I remember when Staten Island had that same stench before they closed the dumps over there, and you'd go down the highway through Staten Island and it'd be like, "Ooh, man." That was the worst. You haven't been out there, Gabe, back in the day. It was really
nope, have not. I really need to do a little more East Coast. I need to do a little more East Coast exploring.
I need to go do some more West Coast exploring. Gabe, let's trade places.
You do, Dave. Come on, man.
There you go. Problem solved.
Yeah.
So how about this? We do another great show with Craig and Gabe sitting in the rain in New York and New Jersey, and Dave and Glenn sitting in sunny California, and we can just turn things on top of their head one day.
Dave, I like that you think that there'll be another great show since we haven't yet achieved one great show yet, guys. I can't believe it. We're almost at the end of our hour over here. But rest assured, we're going to segue seamlessly into the most important part of the show. That's right. It's your time of the show where he disappears and Gabe gets to talk about how awesome he thinks Choice Hotels is. Gabe, plug yourself away. Shameless as possible.
I'm really excited about the fact that Saturday over Memorial Day weekend, we did $40 million in revenue that Saturday as a company.
Wow.
And that is an all-time record for Choice Hotels. So we just have a lot of great things going on, and we're celebrating our 40th year for our Comfort brand and excited to kick off a new prototype.
Right. Awesome. Hey, you guys are pushing Evermore Suites, your great new extended stay product. So that's pretty cool. Also, check our catalog of shows. I did a great interview from the Hunter Hotels Investment Conference with David Pepper, the Chief Development Officer of Choice Hotels International. Of course, we've been featuring some of the brand leaders. I've had Janice Cannon on a couple of times on No Vacancy News Today. So please check that out. Subscribe to No Vacancy News YouTube channel. I usually save my plugs for the end, so I feel like I'm going to be double dipping. Dave, what's your deal?
Same thing as always. Check out No Vacancy Live. And again, we are hopefully 1 week away from where I can announce this special show that I've been teasing for the last, it feels like a month and a half. But we have a couple of things we have to put together. The hope is to get it out next week. But again, it's going to be a doozy of a show. It's going to be based out of, again, one of the most famous locations in the world. So we're looking forward to getting things started.
No, we're not doing a show from the Housing Resort Pool Club and Smokehouse. It's even more exciting than that.
But not much.
He's coming to the Baron of Balboa Island's house. So
yeah. We love that. That's where I'll be on October 3rd and 4th. Why? Because those are the nights just prior to what, Craig? That's it. I just totally teed you up too.
Live and in person. Hey, It's all about having you guys out here and getting together for the conference. And we've got some great guests coming on.
So excited about that, Craig.
As well.
I will say that Craig has been running on a delay basically since I got on the call. And I just tied off the
California since 1978.
Well, that's it. But I just tied off the California time. Everything's delayed out there. It's okay.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
If you think I'm on delay, go to Hawaii. But
hey, Colin, I'm so glad that you thought this was
got another show.
Yeah. We're having a great time doing this every Friday night, 5 p.m. We let loose a little bit of happy hour. If you want to be a guest, drop me a line, Glenn@novacancynews.com. We'd love to have you. Put you in the box right down there. But the only requirement is you got to tell us which is your favorite, Brady, since you're going to be in this kind of a thing over there. All right. Any other plugs you guys have?
Yes. If you want to join Friday Night Audit, but you do not drink, you can have a beautiful, beautiful glass of water with me.
Woohoo!
And it can be sparkling or still. There's no discrimination here when it comes to your water type. We take them all. And, party hardy with me and the water jug.
That's excellent. Well, I am on a sugar high now because of all the orange juice and cranberry juice Gabe has forced me to have.
Yes, I'm so sorry about that.
Guys, I gotta run and catch a bus. So Greg, while you plug yourself, have fun. I will see you guys next week.
All right, see you later, brother.
Safe travels, Dave. Take care, brother. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Dave.
Well, I really can't wait to see that video of Dave driving down the street in the on his scooter. The part where he gets soaked, the part where he gets hit by the bus, the part where they put him in the ambulance. It's going to be a fun video. We'll be showing that next week. All right, everybody. I know. Well, he's not here, so he's effed. That's all I got to say. All right, guys, everybody, send your hate mail to Dave. You can find him on LinkedIn. You can find him on Facebook, wherever us miscreants hang out. I want to thank you all for being here. Oh, I didn't put this back up. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. We'll see you next week here on Friday Night Audit. Don't forget, send us a note, Glenn@novacancynews.com. Drop a note to Aloha Craig. Go to click conference, buy a Choice Hotel franchise. You guys know what to do. See you all next week.
Yeah. Thank you.
Aloha.